Scorpio, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do your reading for the month of May. We're going to take a look at your overall general energy, what you may not see coming, and get some important advice from Spirit. This month I'm doing things just slightly differently. I've been sitting with the pre-shuffled oracle messages for up to 48 hours in advance to really get all of the downloads and the messages for you for the energetic frequencies for the month. And, you know, Scorpio, this is the month where you are being called to go through a tremendous, profound change for you to awaken the teacher within. It doesn't mean that that's what you do as a formal profession, but there's something around teaching others that is a part of your path, part of your mission, because you've grown to a certain place of wisdom, of inner insight, and whatever it is, your skill set, whatever it is you're passionate about, Spirit is encouraging you to get out there and open up, right, to the teacher within. This comes by way of Mary Magdalene. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read what the card says. Mary Magdalene, teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you, Scorpio. Okay? You know, Mary Magdalene, everyone has different views of this. She's been somewhat of a controversial figure in the Christian community. You know, she was in her own right a great visionary and teacher and had a lot of clairvoyant abilities, right? She was the one who was able to see angels, and she was the twin flame of Master Jesus. So, and what I love about her is, regardless of what your views are, you know, secular, non-secular, she was a rebel heart, all right? And when she comes into your path, you know, which she is awakening you, Scorpio, she's here to help you feel, especially as a light worker, help you feel less restricted by what other people think, okay? The opinions of others. And it's time for you to put that aside and speak your truth, okay? You are a wonderful teacher, and she's here to encourage you to be a leader, right? The world needs you right now. They need your voice. And Mary Magdalene is here to inspire you to step forward and share all that you have learned on your path. You know, you're being backed by heaven in this work that you're being called to do. It depends on what you are passionate about in your world, right? With what you know. But you have things that are meant to be shared. The next, and that coinciding with this, and this is by way of the Keepers of the Light Oracle, which I have over here. If you're curious about them, you can buy them in the description box. Big fan of both of these decks I'm working with today. The next one is the Sacred Forest Oracle. This reminded me of, if any of you, I'm a big fan of Outlander. I've been watching it for years, reading her books. Beautiful, beautiful Highland, right? Passageway of stones. Moving into different realms, different dimensions. I really see you being able to cross between different dimensional thinking. And this comes down to 3D, 4D, 5D, which a lot of us are like, what does that even mean? You know, at one time I thought the New Earth was physically a place we would go to. I had a dream where I was on a ship and I was physically leaving this Earth. But now that what we're learning as time has progressed, since, you know, probably 2 decades ago when this material first started to come online in the New Age community, in the spiritual community, it's a way of being, it's a way of operating. When we think of 3D, it's being mired, right, in the physical senses around restriction, around thinking and feeling in a more dense, heavy way, the heavier emotions. And there's nothing wrong with living in the physical reality. But when you are lighter, right, and you're operating from a more peaceful internal place, this is about, are you going to live in a state of inner disturbance, or are you going to break free from that? And this, I do believe, is a certain passageway that you are moving throughout the month of May, because this indicates a voyage of the soul and the heart. It's a sacred journey, right, where you realize that there's a deeper meaning waiting for you to discover it in your own internal frequency, right? And this is a conscious decision. It's not just something that Spirit taps you and says, you have reached enlightenment, my friend. No, this is something that you practice. And a lot of you are going from one stage of life to another, or you already have. You've started families, or you've retired, you're reaching a certain age, and there's different expectations. Either way, this month is about awakening the teacher within and going through this important passageway where you are operating from a whole new frequency and putting into practice everything you've learned, all the wisdom that you've gained along the way, Scorpio. This is the time. This is the time. Let's get into the tarot. Deep esoteric messages for you this month. I do believe that a lot of you are stepping up, feeling the call to spread your light. Yeah, you've gone within, you've learned, you've taken that pathway, that road less traveled. I just got the image of Thoreau, Walden, really being in a state of inner peace. And when you bring that out into the world, you are motivated like a mofo. I'm telling you, when you find this internal state of being and you can operate from that place, regardless of what's going on within you, you know how to move forward from a place of peace. I love it. I love it, Scorpio. And it does require you to have healthy boundaries where you don't simply let either your energy leak out or let energy leak in. So you've got negative Nellies around you, you're going to start pulling away. Or if you've got a narrative that you've been feeding around lack or worry or doubt or insecurity, you're starting to become more aware of it. It's all about awareness, self-awareness. What are the current energies? Oh, and thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Scorpio. I'm so excited to read for you all that I forget to thank Spirit. Sorry, Spirit. They're a forgiving lot, my team. The Hermit, again, crossed by the Magician. Wow. Talk about deep. You are bringing forth the manifestation of an internal state that is meant to be shared with people around you. And it doesn't even mean, you go out and you're a teacher just by the way you are, naturally. You can go out and you can change the world just simply by going out in the world and being you. This is about your own authenticity, coming from a place of that Buddha wisdom, right? That Buddha-like energy. Wow. This is a very deep, deep energy, Scorpio, that you're swimming in. The more time you spend in solitude this month, the more you're going to be able to manifest what you want. The challenge is feeling like you're ready to step into the light. The teacher awakens. Are you ready? It's a large calling when we feel compelled to take that role. You're worthy. You're ready. Spirit is saying you might feel a little bit timid about it, shy. I don't know. What are people going to have? I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to share. What do I, there's this humility, but there's also this, you're being kind of pushed. This is something you deeply desire, but at the same time, it's a fear. And I think that this month you're trying to manifest your way out of the fear blocks that prevent one from really stepping into the light of their own being and really emanating that. You have an opportunity to feel greatly successful in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve this month. But it's still yet a challenge to embrace it. She's got her hands up in the air. She's ready to stand in the light. And it's in the challenge position. It's on the bottom of the deck. You could feel challenged by being seen by another. You could have love coming towards you. And it's a challenge to let it in, to receive it. Recent past, 4 of Wands, building a lot more security, right? This too is a symbolic of a rite of passage, Scorpio. I feel great changes upon you in the way you view the world and the way you operate. This hasn't come without a lot of struggle preceding this reading. But this sense of stability, security is here, and you're bringing that forward. It's like no matter what's going on around you, you have opportunity this month of May to make it your practice to not let anything really, really rattle you and bother you, and let it fester. Opportunity. Like I said, it's almost like you're reaching this state of equilibrium inside because of your growth. Your spiritual growth is now starting to take hold in the way you live the day-to-day. This feels like a very personal inward journey, Scorpio. It's showing. I'm getting the goosebumps already. 4 Pentacles, you're like, I need to protect my energy, because it's almost like when you start feeling this way and you start operating from this way, you become a lot more careful about the thoughts that you think, about what your mind wants to do to you, take you down those roads of the mental chatter. This is you, I feel, in the near future. You want to hang on to this feeling of inner peace. So this is you protecting that. I really get that strongly. Yeah, Page of Swords. Like this is the card, and this is something that I've adopted in tarot in my readings. Whenever I see the Page of Swords, it's mental activity, but it's the observer mind. It's the, I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to have a certain level of self-awareness where I'm going to be more conscious with everything I say and do from now on. It's an intention, and I'm seeing you actually embodying it. Beautiful. You're willing to keep learning about yourself, about the world. And this also comes from a place of researching something new. Perhaps you could be studying something. You could be really focusing on learning a new skill and then teaching that and applying that. It's almost like, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. You're embodying both, which I think the best teachers are the ones that are really still willing to continue to learn, right? As they learn to teach. It's like the more you learn about your life, the more you're willing to express that outwardly. Hidden truth. Ooh, Page of Cups. Love feels like it's pretty much secondary so far, where it's on the periphery. You're curious maybe about a connection, about your feelings around it. And it doesn't mean you're not in a connection at all. Some of you are in a foundational commitment that you're bringing into the reading right now. Others of you are opening up to the idea of love with maybe a sense of, I don't know, maybe. You're so centered, Scorpio, in this reading that it almost feels like you're recognizing that the love that you seek, you know how to access it internally. It's self-generated. And it's something that I'm really trying to express in the readings, because this is what Spirit has really been wanting to talk to for I'd say the last 2 months. All these eclipses, everything that we've been swimming in, all the energies, is a state of, it's almost like the universe, creator, God, source is shaking us and saying, come on, wake up. Wake up. Life is meant to be lived. You get to be happy all the time. Can you see it comes from within you? They've really been hitting me over the head with this message. So I'm going to keep talking about it. Let's go into the Page of Swords. I love the energy that you're swimming in this month, Scorpio. You are manifesting from such a beautiful, deep place within. It's like letting your soul self shine, your unique thumbprint, your blueprint of your soul. A lot of you are really leery of a certain connection. There's fears that have come up in a certain connection, Scorpio, and it's been ongoing. I think that you're trying to face them from an internal place. It could have a lot to do with the way the communication occurs between the two of you. You've still been seeking answers about this person, their role in your life. Why are they here? What am I supposed to learn from this? I'm getting that. You've had a tendency in recent months to really be concerned about this person. And you're willing to learn and grow from it. But a lot of it is how you both communicate from your two different perspectives. And this could be anyone in your life. They're helping you grow. I think they're the ones that have actually ignited this in you. Obviously, it's something that we access within us, but there are outside catalysts. What is it that you're learning this month in May? This Page of Swords, the Observer. What is your witness consciousness telling you this month, Scorpio? What are you trying to learn here? What is Spirit trying to show you? Another Page of Swords. Wow. I'm telling you, see? You're getting shaken up. Like, you're going through this rite of passage. It's time to step up and teach. You're here to be a way shower. You're here to shine your light in the world. It's what's the point in a monk being, in a monastery, or, someone being in their cave? We used to think, the most enlightened people. Well, look at all Jesus, Buddha. They traveled the world and they preached their message. They spread the light. They spread the love. If you reach this state, it's not something you want to hold inside. It's something that it's like this imperative to open up and share your love with the world. And you can do that just through simple acts of kindness every day. Ah, wow. Well, this Observer is really helping you come into a beautiful, beautiful state of synchronicity, balance. We have Justice, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords double. So this month, you have the opportunity to feel abundant, wealthy, inside, here's the thing too. We live in a world where we need resources, right? To thrive, to function. A lot of us, though, we get to these states and we're still unhappy, right? Why are some of the richest people unhappy? Because they forgot along the way that no amount of money is going to replace the happiness that should come from within. It's just going to add on more pressure, more problems. So the problem isn't, I don't have enough money or I don't have enough love. It's a matter of our thinking around those things. And if you feel abundant from within and you come from a balanced place within, you've already arrived. This is the thing. We're turning we're turning our orientation from being look at our world. We're in a consumeristic society, and I'm not going to go too off on a tangent, but I think everyone watching this understands what I'm trying to say. This is that, you know what? Wow. I feel the most abundant by being in balance, and that comes from being so attuned to witness consciousness that it's almost like this Shakti comes up, it comes bubbling up from within. And I wish I had a quote around, you could have the world's, riches. And yes, shiny things are nice, but what happens? You get one new thing and then the feelings come back and then you want more, 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 more. So it's almost like this insatiable thirst that you can never quench. And that's what I mean by the world we live in, when it's our pleasure, our desires, our satisfaction is externally driven. You, Scorpio, are saying, no more of that. My abundance comes from within. It's this beautiful shift in awareness. And see, we have these eureka moments throughout our lifetime, but what about sustaining it? See, that's the ticket. That's where the collective is heading. It's not just, oh yeah, I know, I've reached these peak experiences. I know what it feels like. What if you could feel it all the time? How about that? How about that? And you don't need alcohol or drugs to get there. You wake up and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I get to experience another day on this planet. Oh my God, I can't believe I get to go to work and interact with people and be a teacher, teach love, teach kindness. You do it just by being you, Scorpio. And I think that's what you're realizing. Sorry, I'm all lit up. I've had 2 cups of coffee. See, yep, recent past, when it came to your stability, you started to attach this is the thing too, a lot of people are breaking down, and I'm seeing it really strongly in Scorpio, where you're realizing in order for you to be in balance and to feel emotional independence, this is the card of being truly independent, not being attached. And there's nothing wrong with being a part of a couple or being attached to your family. But when you feel so attached to someone, you don't feel like a sovereign being as an individual in your own right. You're always filtering your experiences, your desires, your wants and needs through another. You're realizing, especially when it comes to love and how you show your love every day, if you don't focus on your own independence, what happens? It starts to get unhealthy. This is something you've been learning, Scorpio, and I think that you're trying to figure out how to stay stable, balanced within, create your own abundance within, right? When it comes to your expression of love, the receiving of love, the exchange. You could also have been in a situation where you were in a bond, okay, where love is being brought to you, but was brought with expectation and attachment, or you could have been doing it. Usually it's a two-way street. We have to take responsibility and take accountability, right, for the way we see people, the way we address others. You're trying to break this down. And you're trying to, I see you really, really saying, you know what? I'm recognizing how I've showed up in unhealthy ways, and I'm recognizing how they're showing up in unhealthy ways. How do I change it? Well, you start manifesting from, I am a sovereign being. Each and every day, I have people that I love, but I'm not dependent on them to make me happy, to make me stable. I come from a stable place within. A balanced place within. Scorpio, you're getting it. You are really, I really feel like you are understanding what it means to live in this way. It's making me very happy. It's making me very pleased. Mary Magdalene, she's whispering in your ear, telling you to own that rebel heart. Opportunity this month, 7 of Cups, the Death, and the 6 of Swords. Ooh, see, this is where it gets tricky. Because you're like, I want to bring this energy with me. It is so hard to... The Seven of Cups I see is this aspect, right, of when we have thoughts that are repeating and the emotions that come up from that. Because Seven of Cups is really an emotional state of confusion, of options, of decisions, of I don't know what to do. Your opportunity this month is to get so clear in your internal state, your internal being, your soul self, going through this beautiful rite of passage where you are awakening to you in your own depth. What's it going to take for you to come out of this state of your mind? You going to let your mind rule? Or are you going to go through this beautiful Scorpio transformation where you are no longer... I feel like you've been making decisions for a while now where you're abandoning yourself. You're not putting yourself first. And we all do this. And we make excuses why. Well, this person needs me. I have to think of them first. They can't do XYZ without me. That's called dependency. And I think that right now you could be, especially now for the next few weeks, when it comes to making decisions, don't abandon yourself. You're transforming how you view you and how you interact with energies outside of you. Some of you are actually leaving a situation so you can stand on your own. And there's a lot of decisions that need to be made this month in order to extract yourself from something. Some of you are definitely going through an ending of something in your life because it's not, it's not healthy for you. It takes time to walk away from people, places, and things. And I see that as the more you do that, whatever you're cutting away, whatever you're turning your back to, you're moving from... But I think it's less of the external. It's more of you're turning your back to a way of thinking, a way of operating, where instead you're turning toward you. Turning away from you isn't going to help you solve your problems, Scorpio. In fact, you know what that feels like. You feel like you're dying a slow death when you start living your life because of the expectations and opinions of others. We have the Three of Wands here at the bottom of the deck, signifying another yet rite of passage. A lot of you are leaving perhaps, your careers and retiring, or you're moving, or you're removing yourself from a relationship. You're going to succeed. I think it's a challenge for you to feel like, I don't want to say a winner here because that might not be the best term. I'm trying to get to that where no one wins, right? When there's something that has to be left behind. But you have a vision of the future. And I think that you know what isn't going to serve you and nourish you for the way you want to feel. This is all about, this is the thing with tarot. For me, it's all about a way of being. You can change all these things outside of you. Say, well, once I get rid of this or once I get that, then I'll be happy. But oftentimes you don't change inside and it just brings up the same situation, different face, same energy. So this is you actually realizing I need to make a profound shift within me. And you are. And this is what it takes when you open up and you really transform. You start looking at the possibilities and you start opening up to a new path of being. You're manifesting from this place of sovereignty. All right, why is the Six of Wands here in your challenge? Challenge is stepping out into the light. Strength, being fearless, yeah. The challenge is you are in your head. I think that you've been encountering a situation that you've had a difficult time leaving, Scorpio. Whether it's you're moving on from a job that you miss, that you knew you had to leave behind, or you want to get out of this job. Whatever is your struggle, Scorpio, it's teaching you a lot. And what I'm seeing here with this challenge of you really being able to feel successful in your life, in your own right, it has a lot to do with getting out of all the pressure you put under yourself. Like you live under a constant state of mental pressure, Scorpio. And what does that do? It makes you feel like you're strong, but you're like just trying to survive. And Spirit is saying you don't have to live like that. You don't. But it's all a matter of, are you going to be in witness consciousness, or are you going to be mired in all the things that are going to stress you out and cause you anxiety? Listen, we all have an opportunity at any given moment in any given day to stress about everything. Oh my God, look at everything going on, the environment, the political system, everything that we worry about. But what does worry do? It doesn't solve anything. It just wastes our energy. So especially when it comes to making the decision to walk away from something. So I think in order for you to really feel successful and like you're overcoming and triumphing over a situation, you're going to have to be strong. Strong enough to get out of anything that you feel victimized in, left behind. Life hasn't given me opportunities, Jenna, and it hasn't been fair. Listen, hey, I never said life was fair. I never said life was easy. Some people have really difficult paths, and my heart goes out to you, because anyone out there who's having a hard time keeping a roof over their heads, putting food on the table, and they're stressed about rent, and they're stressed about, just surviving, I get it. I get it. And these are the decisions that you make from survival mode. But what Spirit is saying is, the more you continue to stress, you're leaking your energy to overcome. It's a state of being. You can sit there every day and you can worry about everything that's wrong, or you can focus on what's right. It really is a choice. Which one looks better to you, Scorpio? Do you want to be feeling abandoned, overworked, overstressed, abandoning self? And I think it has a lot to do with what you're putting up with by staying or remaining in this state, or staying with this person or in this situation. Or do you want to overcome it and know that you are strong enough? You're strong enough. I think that you've had a really hard time letting go of something. Let's see what the Four of Pentacles is. And I think that it's almost like you're working up the courage to walk away. But you have this opportunity, once you do, to come into like this beautiful witness consciousness, a feeling of abundance, a feeling of balance. And this is something that no one can take from you. Nothing in your life externally can take you away from this energetic frequency if you can operate from it. And that's what Spirit's trying to, they're trying to shake you. What is this Four of Pentacles? That one to fly out. Four of Cups, Two Fours. Ace of Wands, the Hangman. You have a brand new opportunity for growth here, and you could have a divinely inspired idea coming toward you that is almost like coming from this enlightened place within you. Spirit is offering you something for you to grab onto. Like basically this feels like in the near future a lifeline, like the hand of God giving you, whispering in your ear, awakening, an epiphany, right? The call of rebirth, Scorpio, is right upon you. Are you going to take that? It's like, when you're going down, you get kicked out of a rapid, right? And you're like, man, life is beating you up. The rapids are churning you, and you're like, where's the boat? Where's the life vest? Where's the safety line? This is the hand of God, Spirit, throwing you a safety line and saying, will you take it? Will you take it? Why are you waiting? What are you afraid of? Especially when it comes to you stepping out and teaching, what are you afraid of? Why are you holding back? You have this beautiful opportunity to share yourself. Spirit is saying you can do it. We're giving you the green light. Why are you waiting? Some of you are waiting to make a huge change, to step into a new role, and there's just this Scorpios aren't really known for being, there's this confidence that's underneath this layer of stress and doubt and insecurity. And whether it's coming from, you need to walk away from a relationship, you need to walk away from a job, if you let fear dictate you, it will own you. How about being guided by your inner knowing? How about trusting in Spirit? You have a destiny, Scorpio. Are you gonna grab it? This is Spirit trying to help you. It's the Page of Cups here in the Hidden Truth. Two of Wands. Only two flew out there. There it is. This Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups is someone who's really learning a lot from a more innocent place about their emotions and how their emotions speak to them. I think you're starting to realize in the hidden truth here that when it comes to your emotions or any type of love that's outside of you, you're learning so much about this path. I'm telling you, this month is going to be a hugely transformative month for you, Scorpio, because you're going to start coming up with a plan of attack and you're going to start taking bold, determined action. No more waiting. This is about, all right, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? I'm going to make a plan and I'm going to bring my heart into it. You're timid about going all in. You know, if you're opening up to a newer situation and you're leaving something behind, you're willing. This is, for me, this card is more of like, I'm going to have faith. I'm going to have faith. It's going to help me, give me a little bit of a boost here because it feels like something's been taking you down lately, Scorpio, in your mind. And also your mind is being impacted by something externally. You have an opportunity, whatever is at a distance from you, you could be considering going on a trip. This trip is going to inspire the compassionate leader teacher in you. Some of you have an opportunity to go somewhere and to activate as a catalyst this energetic frequency to step into that awakening of you as a teacher in this world. I'm telling you, you have an opportunity to make a plan this month. That's the hidden truth. And to bring your heart into it, however timid you are with it. I think you're going to go and you're going to be like, I don't know, I'm going to do this. I'm scared to death, but I'm going to do it. And then when you come out of it, it's going to ignite you. It's going to completely ignite you. And you know what? And if this has to do with another person, some of you are walking away from a situation and it's been dead for a while. All right. We'll put it that way. You've been running on fumes in a situation, and whatever you're walking away from, especially if you're walking away from love and you're opening up into a new opportunity, the hidden truth is you have someone at a distance who has their eye on you, someone who's very attracted to you that wants to invest in you. All right. But they're almost like on the sideline waiting until you're ready. Not that they're waiting for you. It's more of like they're aware of you. They know what you're going through. They want to be there to support you. This could just be a friend. It doesn't mean it's a love opportunity. It could just be someone this is the help that supports us when we're going through a massive change. Let's get some advice from Spirit. Queen of Cups. Taking a stand, I think, for what your heart wants and needs. That internally driven self-love. Wow, you're going through a heart awakening. Something's being broken open within you, Scorpio. Big transformation. And I don't mean broken open from tragedy, broken open from love. True love within self. This base energy is everything. You keep manifesting from that inner guru, and all will be well. And then you catch yourself when you get caught up in these mental states. Yeah, I think you're trying to delay grieving, losing something, you know. Nothing is ever really lost. It feels like it. When people leave our lives, whether through physical death or emotional death, we carry them with us no matter what. The advice from Spirit is, you know what, you're going through a huge change where you are letting go of also who you once were, Scorpio. So you can gain enlightenment here and begin anew in a new chapter. We have the Five of Cups, the Hangman, and the Page of Wands. In order for you to come back alive again, I think you need this time period this month to really swim in your own frequency without the attachment of another. And if you're still in a connection and you're weathering all of these storms and you're making these important decisions and you're really stressed out and you just don't feel like this relationship is succeeding and you're worried that it might be on the brink of disaster, you're learning a lot from it about what it takes to invest in something and stay balanced inside, regardless of how someone else shows up around you. You have the path of empowerment, of really stepping up as a leader and getting the support that you need. But a lot of that's going to come from you having time alone so you can move through the emotion of whatever it is that you're grieving inside. It's like you have to release. I feel like there's this, we call these some scars. I've been working with this too on an individual level. These are our scars. When we feel things that we can't process, It's too much. We store it. And then it gets in the way of feeling what we really want to feel in order to feel happy. So you've been stuffing all this stuff in your heart space. I'll deal with it another day. And this is that rainy day where you're like, I got to unpack this because I want to feel happy. I want to feel joy. I want to feel love. And it's like you've got to release these things. You know, these scars, there's some scars that get in the way of us being able to live from this beautiful high frequency. And you are doing that. I believe spirit is really, really, I feel like I see spirit. Like even I've had this experience when I've done a lot of healing work where I have a Native American elder who's one of my guides. He's been with me forever. I've had dreams about him. He's a shaman. And there are times when I go through a lot in my life where I'm holding so much in my body because I'm going through fight or flight, nervous system dysregulation, emotional dysregulation, and I'm just trying to survive it, and I'm not really dealing with any of it. I'm just holding it in. And you know what I mean? When you're in that free state, I would take these salt baths, and I was going through a lot more trauma in my younger youth. And I would literally see him in deep meditation in these salt baths, you know, in privacy of my own bathtub. And he would blow smoke into my different chakras to clear out the emotional frequencies that I was holding in. So you can do this hand in hand with spirit through your own cleansing ceremonies, this purification, or you can do this consciously through intention in your meditations and envision whoever. I do this all the time. And I would suggest you do this because I feel like you're trying to release stuff in your body, Scorpio, that you've held in. And you can I lay down on a mat and I open my hands up, I lay flat, and I just say, Spirit team, work on me, work through me. Please help me energetically heal. Help me release the heaviness. Spirit is here to work for you, with you, but you have to ask for help, right? And so I hope that helps you because I feel like your advice is to let them help you release what needs to be released this month so you can live from a more enlightened state and feel alive again, Scorpio. Hope that helps. All right, let's get the final message, which is the Sacred Earth Oracle. I love this deck. Speaking of shamans, this is the final message of the reading. I'm going to pull one card and read it for you. This, I think, is probably my most favorite oracle deck to be working with because the images, they remind me of one of my favorite artists, Susan Sidden Boulay. When you're working on the mystical, the ethereal, the mythical imagery, there we go. Brilliance. I just got goosebumps just even saying that word. And look at this picture. Let me pull we have the dream catcher over her heart, the spinning orbs. Look at all the light. She's dancing among the shadows and the light. Look at that. Wow, I've been long-winded. This has been a long one. Brilliance. What is this, Scorpio? An underlying fear of success. New ideas threaten old ways. Positive change. Respects the past and the future. Put your thinking cap on and brainstorm. Step outside of conformity and well-meaning advice. Creative energy is generated through conversation and play. Be prepared for loud applause and the accompanying criticism. Experimentation recharges an interest. A sudden realization brings dramatic change. An inspirational thought flows into your heart in the near future. And something new is born, Scorpio. You are focused, inspired, and intuitively guided towards success. Much is accomplished with seemingly little effort because the force of love and purpose is on your side. Your work and energy shall touch the hearts of many. I knew it. Embrace your mental brilliance as part of your light. Insight. Lightning repeatedly strikes the vapor and gases present on the surface of the young earth Lightning repeatedly striking the vapor and gases present on the surface of the young earth produced amino acids, the building blocks of protein, and the fundamentals of life. Lightning literally provided the spark of all life on Earth, but we are afraid of it, and for good reason, too. Lightning is many times hotter than the surface of the sun. Despite this, people and animals can be struck by lightning and survive. When lightning strikes, the surrounding air heats and expands so quickly that it creates great claps of thunder. Most lightning occurs within the clouds, but when it does ground, it can strike in the same place twice, and often strikes the same place many times over. Ideas can feel dangerous. Not everything we think up is destined for this time and place. Just like lightning, most ideas will never ground. But when they strike the right mix of elements, they can be world-changing. Once one idea strikes, it increases the chances many more follow. Generate brilliance, Scorpio. Generate brilliance. It's time for you not be afraid of your own success, both in your internally driven sense of well-being and happiness and balance, and externally. Don't worry about criticism. Don't worry about the opinions of others. Be 100% beautiful in your own brilliance, Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.